Hello, this is wmpyr. Happy New Year's. I'm excited to get back here and start with the eskrima stuff again. And welcome back. So let's get this stuff started, all right? First thing is we're just going to start off with a warm-up, okay? The main thing about this warm-up is this is wrist exercises. Okay, so we're just going to be making circular motions this way right now. So give you a different angle, like so. Nice and easy. You don't have to go super hard, super fast. Nice and easy warm-up. Okay, and then of course we could go in the reverse direction as well. And the main thing about this is I am holding the sticks to where there is no wiggle room. Okay, I am using my wrist 100%. I'm working on wrist articulation, and over time that will strengthen my wrist. If I don't overdo it, you just have to pay attention to your body, and if you feel any pain, just take it easy, but keep using it, keep moving it. That's the idea here. In the Russian martial arts, they say, move it or lose it. So, just find a adequate speed, and then just keep going, like so. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Get the repetitions this way, and you're working on your wrist mobility, essentially. Like so. Now this is different, like I said, there's no wiggle room, okay? There is no wiggle room with the stick. This is different from like if I did it like this. This right here, I don't feel it so much in the wrist, but actually the stick can move around. You can see that I'm using my pointer finger to move the stick around, and that's what I'm doing here. This whole thing right here. Right now, I'm not using so much the wrist, and I'm using more so that wiggle room. This is excellent for, you're going to have to use this for putting in snap, extra power in your strikes, but we come to rely on that so much that we forget about developing the wrist, and the wrist is the more fundamental. So this way, and also the reverse. Right now, I'm relying once again on that snapping motion, on just using momentum here, okay? So you want to do both extremes. Both are very extreme, polar opposites of each other. So one is there is no wiggle room, and I'm using my wrist 100% all in the wrist to move the stick, and in both directions. And then the other is you create that wiggle room, and now the stick is moving in one direction and also in the other. Okay. Of course, in combat we combine the two. But for practice, let's separate the two and make sure that you get each one down thoroughly, okay? So let's move on, and next, we're going to go ahead and hold the stick right around here, okay? Sometimes you'll see me in my videos where I'm holding the stick way up here. I choke up on the stick this way, and the reason why I'm doing that is simple. I'm indoors. There's the fan here, window, TV, light. There's all kinds of things that I could mess up. So in that case, just shorten the stick and it's safer. That's all it is. All right, so for indoors, a shorter stick is better. Now, people also like to argue about where do you hold the stick. Of course, for me, the way I view it is different grips is just, that's a technique. This is just a tool. All techniques to me, styles, all that stuff is just a tool. There's pros and cons to everything. So to argue which one is better, I think is silly, all right? So if you hold the stick with some sticking out like this, this is the most common. They do this because you could actually strike with this. It's nice and easy to strike this way. You could strike this way. You could actually hook in both directions and stuff. So we use this to our advantage as well. But you don't get as much leverage this way, and you got areas where they could grab onto. Okay, so that is some weaknesses. Once again, pros and cons. If you hold it towards the bottom like this, you're going to get extra leverage for striking. I mean, this principle comes from the nunchucks. You hold it towards the bottom, you get that much more power. The problem is, it's more difficult to control. More leverage, harder to control. You have to make it up with skill, experience, and other things. So once again, pros and cons to both ways. But for right now, hold it towards the bottom. You don't have to go all the way. And from here, we're just going to be working the punches. Boom, 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 boom. This is our version of the straight blast, okay? Straight blast is a punching combo. It's just a punching technique where you just go bam, 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 like this, and it's oftentimes practiced by the Jeet Kune Do guys, okay? But the way that we do it is we bring the sticks this way. We create that V shape. And there's only one reason for that, really, is because if we go straight, your hand's going to run into your own weapons. If this is a bladed weapon, that could be very bad. So just so that it doesn't get in the way, we create this V shape. So as you're throwing the punches, make sure that you keep the V shape. So you're just going boom, 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 boom. Like this, get some reps in, practice this way, and you can include that snap. This snap at the end, boom. Right at the end, boom. Squeeze, right at the end, squeeze, squeeze. So as my arm comes all the way here, this is where the punch is, I squeeze right there. Bam, bam, bam. 1, 2. So what you can do is, I say go with threes. So you go 1, 2, 3. You can move around and go 1, 2, 3. Move around, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So practice punching in threes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you want to, on the fourth one, you could go 1, 2, 3, and then on the fourth one, now you're going to change the punch, and you're going to go this way, sideways. You're going to come in from the side, so now you can involve, see, this is the hip turning, the hip and the shoulder gets involved too, and you have a nice, more powerful strike this way for the grand finale. So 1, 2, 3, and then boom, like so. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay, so you can mix that in there. The next thing that I want to go into is we're going to now go more into the boxing. We're going to cross train into the boxing. I highly recommend to do cross training. I just feel like it helps open the mind. It shows you different perspectives and stuff, and I think that's always a good thing. So, all right, now in the cross training, we're going to go to the boxing. Okay, so pretty much same way you're holding the stick, but now your arms are right here, tucked in, nice and easy right here. And then from here, you're just going to turn and turn, turning the wrist, boom, boom, like so. So you're going 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this might be a little intense if you're not used to this kind of thing, or if your sticks are a little heavy and stuff. This might be a little too much, so take it nice and easy. Nice and easy. Just work on the motion, and it's going to teach you a lot of good things to make your punch better. Make your strikes a little better. So, boom, boom. Take it nice and easy. You don't have to go super fast. Okay, so I'm pushing off my back leg right here, and I throw the punch. Push off the back leg, and I throw the punch. For both arms. Bam, and bam, right here. So, 1, 2, 1, and 2. 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this once again is a great way to develop your wrist, make it a little stronger. And one of the things that I also recommend is like when you are practicing this stuff, when you're putting it all together, you're involving a cross training. Okay, so the first step is you're going to include angles of attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you park this arm. Now you switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's, you just keep switching arms like that, okay? And then of course there's the arm weaving. So you switch to the arm weaving, which is now you're going to be doing stuff like this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is the arm weaving motion. And now you're going to switch to the boxing. So now you go, okay, now I'm going to switch to the boxing, and boom, boom. So you're moving around. Shh, 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 shh. Okay, that's all good, but if this rotating motion is the only punches that you have with the sticks, then you're severely limited, okay? So what I recommend is that you add your punch like this with this snap, okay? You don't even have to move that arm too far. You can move closer to the opponent and just boom, like this. This is your jab. Boom, like this. If you need to, you can extend out the arm a little bit and boom. Or you could combine it with an actual punch. So you actually punch straight and then add that snap. So the first one is just this. This is the quickest jab. Boom, right here. Boom, with the stick. This is one of our fastest jabs that we have. Boom, just like that. And then we could also throw the punch and jab this way. So you go boom, boom, okay? And then number 3 is where we are now turning the wrist like I showed you guys, okay? And same thing with this hand, okay? You could just do the cross, boom, like this, boom, and then you could also do the cross where you're actually throwing the arm straight, and that's number 2. Boom, boom. And then number 3 is when you add that rotation. So now you're going to have a lot more versatility in your punches. It's going to make it harder for your opponent to read you. But also you'll get more practice. It'll be more fun that way when you're doing your shadow boxing around in your room like so. So anyway, thank you for watching and take care, folks.